I had another drink, and that's it. I think it's just
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, apologies for starting a little bit late. Um, so today's for this session, I'll be looking at we did a demonstration on our NXP, how to hope register the NXP from start, then how we're going to fill the NXP and submit for bank approval before we go ahead with our export transaction. So first, I will share my screen now. Please confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So the website for your NXP is tradesystems.gov.ng. Tradesystems.gov.ng.
Danny.
it would be nice if we can all mute to get the best from this session, please.
Stand up.
So this is the portal. Now, if you are doing this for the first time, before you can come on this site, you need your team. Your team must be validated with FRS. Your team must be validated with FRS before you can go ahead to register on the site. So what you do here, you see right here below the screen, you click on
Apologies,
register
please.
now.
What's the purpose? Please just explain to us. What's the purpose of this? Can you just explain better, please?
The NXP, this particular portal, is where you fill your NXP. NXP is Nigerian Export Proceed Form, and it's like an application form. It's the application form for those that want to export. For those doing imports, you have the form M. But for exports, this is NXP. This is where all exporters go to fill this form to inform the government of your intention to export. Every data that is put in this is captured by the government and used also by customs to process your exports. So all exporters, before you can successfully export out of Nigeria, you need to fill this form. So, but before you can have access to this form, you must have your TIN, your tax identification number. With your TIN, you'll be able to register on the portal. So for those doing it for the first time, you come to register. Register is below here. You click on it. Then your TIN, which has been verified or updated by FRS, you insert your TIN here. As an organization, you insert your TIN here. The moment you insert your TIN, you would all your company details will pop up. If that TIN is not updated by FRS, by the time you impute your details here, it will bring an invalid response. That means your company has not been captured correctly. Your company details will pop up as soon as you input your TIN, you verify, and a code will be sent to your registered email with FRS. A code will be sent to your registered email, either your email or your phone number, or both. Will be sent there for you to continue. You proceed, then you can now create a password. After this class, because we already registered on this portal, after this class, I will share you a link to a video we did earlier for those so you can have an insight to what to expect when you are registering for the first time. But this is where you're going to insert your TIN. Your information will pop up. If your validated information will pop up, then an OTP will be sent to your phone number or email or both, where you impute it to create a password, and then you have access to the portal. Now, when that is done, because you have created a login, you can now come to the login session and impute your login details. You come to the login session and impute your login details. A moment, please. Building, your hand is raised. Go ahead, please.
Okay, good morning, Bodru.
Okay, Bodru,
When we get the OTP, I think there's a missing step. Where do we create this username, this login name, and the password? You didn't mention that. You just said we're going to get OTP. So I'm not very clear on that.
now, when you get the OTP what the job of the OTP is to link this portal to your email. It's just creating a link. That's the job of the OTP. When you put your TIN number, it's going to link your email to the portal. Then the next step after that is to create a password. You don't need a login detail. Your registered email on FRS is your login, your username. Your registered email is your username. So you don't need to create a username anymore. All you just need is to create your password. That's all is expected from you. Just create a password and you submit. When you submit it gives you a notification that you have successfully registered on the portal, and then you can now proceed with your NXP. So now here is our username. Can you, if you see this, can you see our username is our email? So I don't need to create an additional username. So what that OTP you are using there, the OTP that I was saying initially is just to link this email to the portal. So subsequently, when you are logging in, you just need your email and your password for you to have access to it. And please note, use an email that you regularly use all the time, because anytime you want to log into this site, it will always send the OTP either to your email or your phone number. It will always send an OTP to your email or your phone number. Now, I want to log in. I'll log in now. You can see it's telling me that they have sent an OTP to the email. But they go ahead. Your hand is raised.
Yes, thank you. Uh, yeah, the person that asked the first question was asking about creating username and password. Yes, and I understand what you meant by the email address that was used for FIRS. If I get you very well, is the same email. That's the password. Now, what about? Sorry, that's the username. What about the password? At what point are we going to create a password? I think we also missed out that step. Then that's one. Then secondly, you just said now that we should use the email that is that we usually use. So because that's where the OTP will go at. I mean, each time we're on this platform. Okay, understood. But again, I mean, the registration with FIRS had been done maybe much earlier. So is there a way to change that email so that the email will be the same email, possibly our domain email? Thank you.
Yes. Yes, if you have done your registration with FRS before now and you used a different email, what you need to do is you write a letter to FRS. If you need a template of that letter, I can share that template of that letter to you. You will write a letter to FRS telling them that you need to update your details with them. And you also state in that letter that the reason why you're updating the details with them is also to enable you use the NXP portal, the TRMS portal. So when they are updating it, they will ensure that all relevant agencies would have access to your details. If you are going to use that for NXP, if you are using it for customs, if you are using it for NAFDAC, any agency, as long as they input your TIN number, your company name, your phone number, your email, your address will pop up. That is what FIRS will do. So to ensure that your details are updated, and every agencies of government, when they input your TIN number, is going to come out with the correct details. So you can change your email at any point. So probably now you use the Gmail when you are registering. Now you have your domain and you want to use your company email. You write to FRS and change that. Now, the part where you are going to input your password, when you get an OTP, just like this, you get an OTP, you input your OTP, it will take you to the next step where you are going to input your password. So I input my TIN at the initial stage. It sent me an OTP. I confirm the OTP. It brings my details out. I click next and to ask me to input my password. As soon as you input your password, you confirm it, you click submit. It tells you the next message you get that you have successfully registered on this portal. So you don't need to, it's not a complicated process actually. Put your TIN, it sends you an OTP, you confirm your details that your details are correct, you input your password and you submit. That's all. So now we have an OTP now. We've logged in. An OTP has been sent. So we need to just grab the OTP before the time counts down. And and we continue. Now we are in. Because we have our details with FRS and has been updated, you can see all our details are already here. So we don't need to fill this manually. It's already pre-filled. This is the reason why you need to update your details with FRS. So all these informations here are correct. This is your dashboard. Now, for your NXP, this is where you go to. This is for Form A for those that need the dollar to pay for some services abroad. From NCX are those exports that are not commercial in nature. Personal effects. You are sending a car abroad for repair and you're bringing it back, or for your personal belongings. You are relocating and you want to move some of your personal belongings. These are NXP, NCX, non-commercial export. But this is the one we are going to work on now. And there are two options. We have oil and gas and non-oil application. For this demonstration, I'm going to use non-oil. The first stage is this information, which is your company information, your general information. Is already pre-filled, so we don't have to fill this anymore. And please note, before you come to this site to fill your NXP, you need your proforma invoice. You need to have your proforma invoice before you can proceed. You need your proforma invoice already prepared and signed. Because at the end of this form where we have here the permit and attachment, we are going to attach that proforma invoice. Then you also need your export certificate. Your export or your export license. You need your export certificate or export license for you to be able to complete the process. Ebenezer, where can I get my team? You get your team with FRS. When you have a registered company, you just go to FRS and apply for your team. I'm going to give you a team. Mahmoud, we need the template of letter. I will share that to the group after the class. After this session, I will share the template of the letter to you. But they go ahead, please.
Okay. I don't know whether to apologize before asking this question because
No
it might just look because initially I thought this session is taking us through on how to register with this export processing zone, export, whatever. But it's looking like that's not it now. So what's NXP application? I'm sorry, but just maybe just a sentence I'll follow.
Okay. NXP is called Nigerian Export Proceed Form. It's an application form which exporters fill to inform the government of their intention to export. It's just the opposite of the Form M. The Form M is your form you fill telling the government of your intention to import, that you want to import certain goods. The NXP is you are telling the government I want to export certain goods. That's just an application form.
Okay, that's very clear. Thank you very much. Are we going to be doing this each time we're shipping out?
Exactly. Anytime you are going to ship, you have to do that. Unless you are doing small shipment, maybe small quantity. Maybe for a start, you want to do 500 kg, you want to do 200. But as long as you are going to do a container load or anything above a ton, you are going to you need this form.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. So this is the form, the dashboard. Then we click on next. The first section here is the currency. You specify which of the currency you are going to, you want to use in this transaction. The currency, let's say you are using the US dollar. There's an exchange rate. This is the NXP rate, which has been included. Your expected shipment date, you don't have to be specific here. You don't have to be specific. You can just pick a random date because a lot of things are not in you cannot decide so many things at the moment. So just pick a random date. Now this part is where you now begin to feel the product. The product you want to export. You feel the product you want to export. The first you look for the product's HS code. HS code is like the ID number of products, like an identity for each product. So you look at the HS code of the product and you insert it there. The HS code is, we are going to do food, for example. Cassava product, including curry, other products not specified. Okay. Let's come and say dried pap. This is the HS code. Is not the HS code here is not directly speaking to dry pap, but it's HS code that is quite close. Usman, you said, can someone register with the TRMS using a company email address while maintaining a prior registration with personal email, as both can be used for different purposes? Now, it's really not clear. If you are updating your profile with FRS, either use your Gmail or use your company email. Whichever one you want to use, whichever is convenient for you. You can either use your company email or use your personal email, either a Gmail, Outlook, or whichever one you want to do. As soon as you update that information with FRS, when you come to this portal, that is the same email you are going to use. You cannot use a different one. Use the same email on this portal. So if you want to use other your personal email for other things, you are free to do that. But on this portal, whatever information you give to FRS, that's the same information you are going to use on this portal. You cannot use a different email. But for every other thing you want to do with your business, you can use it. You can use as many emails as you want. But for this purpose, the email that you have used, you have updated with FRS, that's the same email you are going to use. Yes, this session is recorded. So we have this good description at dry pap. What's the purpose? It's food. It's a food product. Let's pick a quantity. We are doing 150. The weight is in kilograms. Food preparation type is not a milk product, so it's others. The packaging type is less than retail. The retail price is less than 1 kg. The unit price. That's why I said before you start this process, you need to have your proforma invoice handy. You have to have it on the side. So most of the information, all you need to just be transferring those informations to this place. Let's start with $12 per unit price. What's the unit of measurements? Is in kilogram. The next step is what's the packaging mode. These are packaging boxes. The quantity is 150. If you notice when I imputed 150, you can see that your FOB has been calculated here. That's already calculated your FOB. So you already know Then it's at the end, he has calculated your NES. NES is Nigerian Export Supervision Scheme. Supervision scheme is like administrative fee that is charged to exporters. Exporters don't pay VAT, we don't pay taxes, we don't pay duties, we don't pay levies. But what the government did was to charge us 0.5% of the FOB value in Naira, where we are going to pay as administrative fee to the CBN, pay to CBN. That's collected by CBN on behalf of the government. So that's what exporters pay. So when you are filling this form, you already know the amount that is charged. You are going to pay for your nest. But what's the weight? The net weight for this 150 is about 3,000 kg, and the gross weight is 3,100 kg. Gross weight is the weight that include the weight of the goods and the weight of the carton, the packaging materials put together is the gross weight, while the net weight is just the weight of the product itself. So we have successfully filled the first product. This NXP allows you to impute multiple products. So you don't have to limit yourself to when you have so many products that you want to export, you can actually add more to it. So when you want to add more, you come here, come to the top here, and you click add item. And you click add item, you go down, you can see it's written as item number 2. We come here, we include the HS code. Let's say this time around we are doing Gary, for example. And what is Gary's sectorial code? Is a food product. Sectorial purpose code is food. The goods description, Gary, Ijebu. What's the quantity? We are doing 200 bags. The weight is in kilograms. The food preparations are order. And the bag type is packed in 25 kg bags. Then the unit price is $25 for a bag. The measurement is kg. The packaging mode, bags. Packaging mode is bag. Then we have quantity, 200. If you notice here, the FOB has been calculated. The net weight at 25 kg. At 25 kg, we have 5,000 kg for 200 bags. We have 5,000 kg for 200 bags. That's for net weight. For gross weight, when we add the weight of the sack put together, we have 5,100 kg. You don't need to impute freight charge since you might not at this point know exactly what the freight charge is. And even if you do, it's not compulsory to do that. But most times when you are filling this form, a lot of times people don't know exactly how much to be charged for free. So after filling this form, people now go ahead to the shipping company to go and apply for freight. And why some will already know the freight charge, but on this particular form is really not important to show that. So we have filled the second one, and if you look at it below, our FOB price has increased. So is our next value. The next value at that time when we started was 13,000 naira. Now it's 52. So it's giving us 0.5% of this and convert it to naira using the exchange rate of 1,534. Now we have successfully done this second item. Now let's impute the third item. Like I said, you can put as much as you can. Now we have the third item. We put our HS code. The reason why I'm using the same HS code, there's an issue on this portal. The portal does not allow HS code of different products that are not closely related. Products that are not closely related. We've done that many times. We have spoken to CBN about it, but nothing has been done. So when I do the NXP lines, I often use this particular HS code, order for preparation that is not specified above. So this like a blanket that I can use for all my products. So I use this HS code. What the sectorial purpose food or no other food. So I want to use Malta Guinness. That's okay. Malta Guinness. Quantity, we are doing 100. The weight is 1 kilogram. Food preparation orders. The retail weight is a kg less. The unit price is $5. The unit of measurement is in kilogram. The packaging mode is in packs. In packs, not in cartons, in packs. The quantity is 100. The weight is 1,000. That's net weight. Then gross weight is 1,200. Now we have successfully completed the third item. You can see our FOB has increased. So is our NES from 52 to 56. So let's just stop at 3. You can do as much as you can. We'll stop at 3. So we have 3 items on this NXP. Then you can save if you feel that there are some information you still need to get, and you want to come back later to complete it. You can just save it and come back later. If not, you click on next. The next step is your consignee. Your consignee. You put your consignee's name. Consignee's name can be an individual, can be a company, depending on what you want. The city is let's use the city is London. Under the city is excess. You see London. Consignee phone number. Let's just add a dummy phone number. Email. The next item is your consignee country. United Kingdom. You can pick any country of you depending on where the product is going to. Destination country, that's on the left. Destination country. United Kingdom. Port of destination. So with this, you already know you have your contract, you already know the destination where the port is going to. London. There you go. Let's say you are going to Tilbury. Tilbury. Vessel name, you cannot, you have to, you can just ignore that because um sometimes vessels can change. So you don't need to bother yourself about the vessel. Mode of transportation, we have the sea. Port of shipment. So the port of shipment, that's the port in Nigeria. So we choose Tinkan Island Port. Inspection location. Now, this inspection is the PIA, the pre-shipment inspection agents. These are inspection agents that are being taxed by the federal government to inspect the goods you are exporting for quality, quantity, and fair value. They're inspecting on behalf of the federal government. So these inspection agents, they are different in different locations. So since, let's say we are doing it in Lagos, pick Lagos. Now, the PIA, which is the pre-shipment inspection agent, we have different of them. We have those, we have Neroli, which is Lagos. We have Gojopa, and we have Anglia. These are for non-oil products. The many ones are for other products. For Lagos is called Lagos and South, I think Southwest and Southeast is covered by Neroli. Then MEA, these are like sister companies to the PIA. What they do is to reconfirm or verify what the PIA has done. You can pick any of them, but I should most likely will work with Ace Global. You can pick any of them, but we work mostly with Ace Global. Then the shipping company are going to use, we are using Mediterranean Shipping Company, which is MSC, as the shipping company. Then the payment mode, depending on what was agreed to, that letter of credits, payment in advance, is bill for collection, is it open account, which is cash? Then, but let's use bill for collection because cash against document. We have successfully filled the shipping details. The next step is to go to our bank. For this part of the bank, you need an export DOM account, an export domiciliary account. You have to open it in a bank. That is what you are going to use, and that is where your export proceeds will come into. So let's pick a bank, and let's say mostly use Zenith. You can use any other bank. It's not compulsory. You can use any bank. You can use GT. You can use Wema. You can use Fidelity, Sterling Bank, whichever bank. Apapa as the branch. For this account number now, the first account number you see here is the account, your export domiciliary account number. Your export domiciliary account number. That's the account number that will receive the funds when the funds are coming back into the country. And please note, when I fill Zenith Bank here, the designated bank automatically becomes Zenith. The bank that you are going to use as your processing bank that will process your NXP and also process the NES is the same bank that will receive the proceeds. You cannot process with Zenith and go to Access to go and collect your proceeds. The law does not permit that. So the bank that processes the NXP is the same bank that will receive the export proceeds when the funds are coming back. Now, for account number, that's your export DOM account. We can use a dummy account here. Then for your Naira account, this Naira account is the account where this NXP that you are submitting, before it's going to be approved, they're going to charge you. They're going to charge you, I think it's about 8,000 Naira or so. They're going to charge you for this NXP. and the nest, that the value of that nest that we saw when we're filling the details of the product, the same account they're going to charge that nest to. So when you are filling this form, you ensure that you fund the account, ensure that there's funds in the account, because they will automatically charge your NXP on that account. And when it's time for you to pay next, you give them an instruction. They will charge that next to this account. So you provide the account details. Let's assume this is the account details for Naira, and can continue. Here is where you're going to attach all the necessary documents. You attach your NEPC, which is your exports license, and your pro forma invoice. Your pro forma invoice should be in line with what you have filled. You cannot have a different, your pro forma invoice having different information, and this NSP is having a different information. They're going to flag it and reject it. So what you are filling on the NXP must be the same thing you have on your pro forma invoice. So let's put NXP details here. Okay, let's start with the pro forma invoice first. Let me upload the pro forma invoice in USD, and let's also upload our export license. So I've uploaded the export license, I've uploaded the pro forma invoice. Then we impute the number. When you input the number the first time, you might see something like this that shows invalid. You're most likely going to see invalid. What you need to do is you come back here, you cut it out, and you paste it back. You cut out that number, you paste it back. I will show you where you are going to see this number. You see it on your export certificate. I'll show you the number you're going to pick out for your export certificate. So you pick that number, you paste it here. It will now be showing loading. This loading can be loading for a very long time, so you don't have to bother about it. Then the next step is you click on next. This is where you are going to review everything you have imputed on this form, on this site. From your expected shipment date to the product, each of the products, you have to ensure that everything is correct. In terms of the product, in terms of the weight, look at everything. This is bag, packaged. Ensure that all products are correct. You also look at your FOB, you look at your next value, everything are in order. We come to general informations, they are in order. We look at bank details. You check that you have input the correct account number for your export DOM account and your Naira account for the for processing of your to pay the processing fee. You come to your shipping details, ensure that the port of loading, port of discharge is correct. The mode is correct. The PIA that you have chosen is correct. The shipping line, the bill, the payment mode also is correct. Here are the permits, the ones you uploaded. That's your export certificate. The next is your pro forma invoice that you uploaded. You check it out. Then your consignee, which is the sheet, your buyer, ensure that his details are correct. And when you're done, you hit submit. Now, when you hit submit, you will see a pop-up. See a pop-up. It said, "Are you sure you want to submit?" If you are sure that you have gone through everything and you are satisfied with what you have imputed, you click on yes, okay, and you submit. Then you have successfully completed your NXP. To see what you have done so far, you come to history. When you come to history, when you come to history, You will see all the NXPs that you have opened so far. This is the one we did recently, and it was approved. Now, when you come to history, this is the one that was saved, the ones I saved. So there's no number on it. When you submit it, this is the number that you will find. You won't find this. You won't find the form number, but you're going to find the application number. This application number. This is the one you are going to find. This is the number you are going to quote. You are going to quote this number to your account officer. If you don't want to quote the number, you can just download this form itself here. You see it here. We ask you to download the form. You can now download the form and send the form to your account officer. They will quote this number to the person. They'll give the number to the person that is going to approve it. And when you get the approval, then you are going to see this number. But initially, when you just submit, this is the only number you are going to find. You will not find the form number. As soon as it's approved, you are going to get the form number. So this form number is the number you are now going to be quoting on all your documents with your dealings with the PIA, your dealings with customs, your dealings with NAFDAC, your dealings with quarantine, your dealings with DSS, you're dealing with DSS, you're dealing with DSS, you're dealing with NDLEA, all your dealings with, even dealings with the shipping company. This is the number you are now going to be quoting on all your transactions till the goods depart. And when the proceeds are coming back, this is the number that the consignee is going to quote when he's sending the money back as reference. So when the money hits the account, the bank sees this number, then they can now match that payment to that particular NXP. So this is the number you are going to quote on all your documents till the funds gets back into Nigeria. So you come here, when you come to the history, you see everything stated here. Can now download it. Can download the form. Let me see if I can download the one. Can see how it looks like. Can download. Can we see the now? Can we see the form now? It's displayed up there. Please confirm that you can see the form.
Exactly. It's because they are all linked.
Yes.
So let's look at the second.
So this is the form. This is how the form looks like. So this is the form number you are going to quote. This form number is the one you are going to quote on all your dealings with all agencies of government. So these the forms are the details and everything. This is now the form you are going to send to your freight forwarder, who will start the process of engaging customs, awaiting the time your goods are going to arrive at the port. Usman, can the Naira be a personal Naira account? No, it has to be your corporate Naira account. It has to be your corporate Naira account. Shouldn't be your Naira account. Then please, can Mahmood, can any domiciliary suffice? No, it has to be an export dom account. It has to be an export domiciliary account. But don't go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Caleb. So it's clear, but I thought it would be a live demonstration of that particular export that the project that we want to do. I don't know if that one has already been done in terms of filling out the MXP or is still in progress. Because I was expecting that we're going to do a live demonstration pertaining to that particular project.
Yes, we're supposed to do that, but because of the urgency of the information, we're targeting a vessel. We're targeting the vessel for 27th. So we needed to do the NXP on time and get ready for the inspection. So we had to do it ahead. This is actually the NXP itself. This particular one you are looking at. This is actually the NXP that was done. So we had to do it ahead. But what I just showed now and what I did earlier, there's no difference in the whole process. There's no difference in it. Um, so we had to do this early because we needed to target a vessel because we are going to the end of the year and there's a rush. People are exporting, and we are also in a commodity season. I think shea butter is out already, so a lot of exports is going. So we need to target a vessel and do this thing very fast. So that was why we had to do it early.
Okay, understandable. So for this NXP document now, is it something that will be shared so that we can study it? And if we then have subsequent questions, we can ask.
Uh, I will confirm from Dr. Dele, but I don't think that should be an issue.
Okay, especially for the investors.
Yes, I don't think that should be an issue, but I will confirm
Okay,
from him.
okay, thank you.
Any other question, please? Any other question?
Okay, sorry if I may. Then what is the next? I believe there's going to be then a next stage, and then that next stage we're also going to be taken through in a session like this, or leading to when Dr. Dede said we will have to visit the port and see how the load is being, the transactions at the port, just to be to also take learning from that. But I don't know what will be the next stage from here.
Now, after you have filled this form and you're submitted and your NXP is approved, now there's one other stage you have to take. There's a particular stage you have to go through. Now that we are online, um, I would, I would, I would let me go ahead and complete that. I started it, but I had to pause. But I would complete that. Let's just make it. Um, let's do it live now. I would share. Um, I'll quickly share my screen. I'm going to use a different browser this time around. Ebenezer, please can export DOM accounts be opened online? It depends on the bank. It depends on the bank. If the bank allows for export DOM account to be opened online, good. If some banks, you have to go to the bank, you have to go to the branch, fill the form and open it online. Open it with them. So I can't speak to that because it depends on the bank. So I'm going to be sharing my screen so we can see the next stage after we have filled the form and we are ready to submit. So I had to pause this stage for this. So this is when you submit. Now you're going to get an email. This is the email. The one I'm opening now. This is the email you are going to get. This email comes from CBN directly. Filling this email form is called request for information. Previously, we usually when you fill this form, you are going to go with your NXP. This NXP will just completed. You take the hard copy that has been approved to the PIA with your pro forma invoice, your commercial invoice, and your proposed parking list. So you're going to take those 3 documents to the PIA, that's the pre-shipment inspection agent, and you're going to fill a form called the request for information form. What that form, the purpose of that form is to let them know what you want to export. You're informing them what you want to export. You're telling them where you want the inspection to be done, the time for that inspection. Basically, you're just arranging for inspection. So they all, well, before they do that, they need an information like a request. You are going to make a request to them that you want them to come and inspect your goods. So, but now it is done electronically, so you don't really need to take a physical document there. So this is the form. We're going to click on it. I'm going to click on that form now. The link to the form that I got, complete the registration. Now, can you see that the PI I chose was Neroli? Then this is my NXP number, the application number. This is the RFI form. Then my consignee, his address, our exporter, who's the exporter's name and the details. Then I'm going to use Tinkan as my port. So all these are pre-filled, so I don't need to fill that anymore. Now, the only parts that I need to fill, now the shipping agent, I use 3T Impex Consulting. As a shipping agent, you can use any shipping agents. This is the total FOB. This is 3T Impex. The mode of transmission is C. The bill of lading dates, you can't decide that now because bill of lading has not been issued yet. The port of registry. Now that is the port we are going to ship from. Is Tinkan Island. That's the port we are going to ship from. The destination port is London. It's actually London Gate. London Gate port. So now we have to look for London. Now this is London. London. The port itself is called London Gate Port. But since they don't have that on the site, so we are going to choose London. Our gross weight, I need to go and confirm that. The gross weight that we used, for the shipment, a moment, please. I want to look at, okay, I think I have the NXP. Okay, I've closed it. So I need to open the NXP and pick out the gross weight that was used. Total gross weight. What's our total gross weight? Okay, our total gross weight is 115,061. Total gross weight is 15,061. And net weight is 14,746. Net weight is 17,746. Now, Expected date of inspection. Now we have to be specific here. This is not the expected date of shipment. Now, expected date, when do I want them to come and inspect? I'm going to pick Wednesday. Or let me pick Tuesday so that they can prepare ahead. And then you are going to pick the time. I'm going to pick 11 o'clock in the morning. Or let me use 1200 hours. So on the 23rd of September, by 12 noon, I need them to come and inspect. We have completed that. The next step is now we are going to confirm the product they are coming to inspect. The product they are coming to inspect. Toothbrush is one of the products. We have 3. Elubo 30. Melon 5. Schweppes drink is 320. Malta Guinness can is 150. Maltina can, it should be 75. Maltina pet bottle is 50. Gary is 220. Golden Mon is 20. Dry pap is 150. Indomie is 450. Indomie is 450. Broom is 720. Broom is 720. Sponge is 720. Tom Tom is 10. Sorry, I forgot to click all this. I need to click this, indicating that these are the products. Just as a confirmation, buttermilk is 10. Aboniki Balm. Aboniki Balm is 50. Curry Time and Team 20. Now we have filled everything. We have filled everything and everything is correct. For all this vessel IMO number, vessel name, reference, loading reference, you don't need to fill that. It's not that important. Pre-lifting meeting date, you don't need that. It's also not important. Then your shipment, this is what you filled in your NXP. You will confirm that. Then you accept and you register the form. Ensure I click everything, I filled everything correctly. So I click register, and can you see the pop-up? It said success, server response with success. That means the PIA has received my RFI. If you do this, if you try to do it again, it'll tell you that it's successful already, that you need to contact your PI. So this is the next stage, which we have completed now. So we have successfully invited the shipment inspection agent for inspection. Bodun, please go ahead.
Thank you. Two things. I noticed that there are no mandatory fields whereby it's those kind of fields that if you don't fill them, it will not go through. Does it mean that there are things that can be skipped and it will still accept, or it will return it? And then there's also like the previous NXP form, there's no like a page to review. Review everything that's been entered to confirm if it's correct before proceeding. Is this
Yes,
the way it is?
yes, on the NXP, there's a page to review. There was a page to review everything. If
Yeah,
you
that's
look
what I'm
at,
saying. That unlike the NXP had the review page, but this one doesn't have. I just wanted to confirm that
it does
that's
it
the way
does
it
have
is.
it does have a review page. This is the review page. So now you are cross-checking all the things that you have included.
Okay, okay, okay.
This is the review page. Then when you're done, you just come here and click accept. But for mandatory part, the part that is mandatory, these are the ones that are pre-filled. These the ones up here, the ones here, the ones here, this part, this port terminal, the FOB, this mode of transport, those are mandatory. So these other ones, I will not say it's optional, but because it's important, you also need to feel that your shipping agent, it can be anyone. You can decide to, if you will leave it blank, when when they come for inspection, they will ask for it and they are going to give you that. But what is most important is your expected date of inspection, the weight, you need to fill that also. Then your port of loading, port of discharge. So those are they're important. Although the form was not they didn't put that to be mandatory. I would have expected them to do that, but they didn't do that. So that before you can submit, you need to complete that. But they didn't do that. So it's more like optional, but it's also still necessary to fill that. Then
Okay, thank you.
okay, thank you, sir. Usman, you're asking, must the NS submitted NSP form be followed up with the bank staff before the process as that? But sir, you have to follow up. Oh, ah, if you don't follow up, your NSP can be lying there for 1 week. Nobody will approve it. The reason why they can't approve it, they don't see, because they are on the from the back end, they don't see the NXP each bank does not see their own particular NXP. They just see a pool of all NXPs that have been filled. So when you give them the number or you send them the form, now they cannot go and filter that in your particular NXP and approve. So it's not like when you pick a bank, you submit the NXP, it goes to a particular bank. So it is like a back end that all banks sees everything. So if you don't follow up, your NXP might be there for 1 week, 2 weeks, and nobody's approving it. That's why you need to follow up. Any other question, please? So I was talking about the um the export license before we call it a day. I'll be sharing to show you the number that we used when we're looking at the export license. So this is the number. This is the number that is going to be used. This is the number that is going to be used. So you need to just copy that, paste it on the NXP. If it shows invalid, you cut it out and repaste it. It starts showing loading, and you continue. The process. So this is the export license, and you can get this export license from the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. So it's done electronically now, and you get it within, if all documents submitted are correct, you get your export license within 3 minutes of submission and payment. You get your export license within 3 minutes from the time you submit you paid, you submitted and you paid. After payment, within 3 minutes, you get it. So we have come to the end of this demonstration now, and sir, go ahead.
Yes, this just on this last statement. How do you get it? Do they mail it to you, or you have to go to your account and fetch the certificate?
They will notify you that it has been approved and has been issued. You just go online and download it. Go to their portal and download it.
Okay, you will notify through your registered email.
Email, yes, that it has been approved.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. So in the absence of any question, thank you very much for your time. For those that will be accompanying me to the port to see how it is loading, I will give you a 24 hours notice. A 24 hours notice, and I also share the location when the location has been agreed on. So I will share the location and I'll give you 24 hours notice, so that you can come and witness how the loading is done, and you will see a lot of other agencies that are there and see how the inspection is done on the products. Thank you very much and have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Caleb. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much, my leader.
Thank you. Thank you.
But if you can make that notification 48 hours, it may be better. I just pray. It's a prayer, sir.
You know why 48 hours is it's not impossible, but it might be difficult, because usually when we have booked for a container right now, the container is going to come in a truck, and when the container comes, we have only some few days to load it up and move, so that you don't start charging us extra. So
Okay.
but I will try my best to do that. As soon as I have information on when most likely it's going to happen, I'm going to share it.
Because for those of us that sometimes coming maybe from another state to book a flight and the process and just move in.
Why? If you are coming from another state, you don't have to. Well, we can actually do a live session just like this. While you are there, you can just witness it, so that you don't.
Waste money.
I'm just looking at the cost of coming down here. So if you're in another state, except you want to, when it's your own turn to do your own shipment and you want to be physically there, fantastic. But
That's why it doesn't. That's why I would just have to somehow take the pen to. It's not really painful anyway. I don't want to speak negatively, but
Yeah.
I just pray that 48 hours works, and I'm praying for it, and it's going to work by the grace of God. And even if it doesn't work too and goes back to 24 hours, no problem. Let's just see what we can figure out at the end of the day.
I will give update, but if it's not possible, I can just create an online session for those that are outside Lagos.
No problem.
We'll just probably get a tripod stand, mount the phones, and you can just be watching whatever is going on there.
I just don't know why I have conviction that 48 hours will work. It's going to work.
It will work. Okay.
Amen.
Okay. We are hopeful. So we
I
are hopeful.
I really like your faith.
Thank you very much, sir. It will work. Amen.
That faith is infectious. I like it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just back again to the issue of the copy of this demo. Where is it going to be on the online portal so we can go through it again?
I'll share it. When I create the link, I'm going to share it to the I'll share it on the WhatsApp group, So you'll see you have access to it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
All right.
Ebenezer, they said the online will be good for you, those in diaspora. Yes, definitely. For those in diaspora, we also create a link just like this, and we are going to broadcast it for those outside the country.